Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Righteous Rage Report. R, 3 R's, the Righteous Rage Report. Got a little something playing for you in the background.
The most amazing band you've never heard of.
You've never heard of them. Okay. That's a preview of something to come. We like to keep you in suspense, a few surprises for down the road.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Michael Rage. This is my son, Griffin Wallace. And we're getting ready to give you some more information. That's what we love about doing this podcast. We have a new setup. We're actually putting a studio together for you. We're setting up a hotline, so when we start to air live, you'll be able to call in and talk to us direct. We want to be able to bring you up. You'll be able to bring music to us. We can give music to you. We're going to talk politics, sports, maybe tattoos. That's a good way for us to start today. My son Griffin is 15. I am... I'm a lot younger on the inside than I am on the outside.
That's
so
true.
Let me get rid of the gum because that's kind of rude. And so I'm a lot. I'm athletic and I'm physical and I feel young on the outside, but my clock is ticking.
Taken away.
The moments that make up a dull day. That's really good. Real quick, let's talk about what age is. Age is silly because all it is how many times you've been around the sun. 1 year old, I've been around the sun 1 time. 15 years old, he's been around the sun 15 times. If you were on another planet, the year or age would be different. So 365 days equals a year, but it really doesn't mean anything. It's how you feel, how you look, how you act, how you move, what you're about that really defines you. So forget that thing. So, but he is 15 and we do have laws, age, 18, to, used to be 18 to buy liquor when I was a teenager. And now it's 21, of course. They have to talk about even raising that. You have a bunch of liberals talking about lowering the voting age to 15. No.
Yeah.
Even though he does have a good head on his shoulder. And feel free to comment about this. I'm very anti. If you got to be 21 to buy a pack of cigarettes or drink, you need to be 21 to vote. Or you're going to let them vote at 15 or 16. Guess what? Get your cigarettes, get your booze, because you're a grown-up. Join the military, whatever you need to do. How about this? Let's make every citizen, everyone, natural-born American serve 1 year in the military. If you are an immigrant and you come to America, you serve 2 years. And you pledge your allegiance to the United States of America by serving the United States of America. Listen, our country used to be, and I hate to get off on a tangent here, buddy, but I really wasn't wanting to talk about politics, but we're here. So it used to be when I was growing up, when I was 15, there was the far right, the extreme left, but most sensible people were closer to that middle point. Now, you're either far right, Republican, you must be a racist, blah, 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 which is a lie. If you're a person of color, listen to Candace Owens, okay? There's a person of color who is powerful, smart, young woman that is a tremendous role model, okay? Go listen to her. She's brilliant. So there used to be the far right and then the far left. It used to be the far right used to be the establishment, men in suits and Wall Streets. The far left was hippies who had radical but free-thinking, loving ideas. And that was a pretty good idea, but there was also some far extreme that was borderline cultism. And but most of the sensible people, most Americans, were close to the middle, and that's why it was important to vote, and it's also why it was important that both parties remained bipartisan. See, that doesn't happen right now. There's this extreme right and extreme left ideals, and we have to all come back. Get your asses a little bit closer back to the middle, okay? Get some sensibility. Let's not believe all this media media, not internet. Probably the best information you'll get are in podcasts like this because it's real people. If you think the world is so racist, go to Wawa, okay? Good morning. Hey, how you doing? What's up, bro? Yeah, we interact as a culture more than the news ever reports. They never report on the 98% of the population that gets along great. Racism is not an issue for most of us. They're closer to the middle, and we interact just fine. But the media only shows the 2% that are violent towards each other and violent. So
Careful, man.
Let's pull it all back to the middle a little bit. All right, so let's get off topic about politics. I probably went on a tangent there. We'll talk more politics later. It's 420, April 20th.
Yeah!
All right, calm down there, Cheech and Chong. My son is enamored by Jim Brewer. We have watched the movie Half Baked. We are not going to... maybe we will take a position, but I'm curious what you think. There are lots of young people from the age of sometimes 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 that seek either psychological help or medical help, and it's determined they are to be put on medication. When I was growing up, people like me who were ADD, hyperactive, hypersensitive, dare I say hyperintelligent, that many times they put us on Ritalin. They said you have to be on Ritalin because he's too hyper. And there are people on Ritalin, there are people on Adderall, there are people on other medications that are doctor prescribed that make these people function better, supposedly, if you believe the modern science version of it. Make them function, cope with life better. These are complicated times. They are difficult times. I'd like to see them get outside and play kickball and dodgeball and stuff like that to cope with this. Be active. I think that's the best medicine, is to exercise the body, mind, body, and spirit. It purifies us. That's the best way to deal with the stress and all those other things. But in the event somebody is clinically determined to take medication, we live in a pharmaceutical world. For some of it's good, a lot of it's bad. But let's discuss this, that some kids are better off on Ritalin, some kids are better off on Adderall, whatever they need. So where does marijuana fit into that picture? Now, I am not going to say that it's okay for my son to puff 420. I'm not saying it's okay for me to do it. I'm not taking a position for or against. We're just discussing it because he's in that world where lots of teenagers are smoking. Let's ask her, like you mentioned to me something about the school bathroom. Go ahead, take the mic.
Guys, let me tell you something. My fucking school, I'm not going to tell you what school I go to, but I go in the bathrooms and there's like literally a group of 10 people hotboxing in there. It's crazy.
Hotboxing.
Like literally.
Hotboxing.
Who I'm passing blunts. I'm like talking about, like there's a dude in the corner taking out the tobacco of a backwood. Like that kind of crazy.
But what's the term hotbox mean for those who don't know?
Well, it's like you fucking smoke up an area and shit.
Like shit. Lots of smoke in a small space. Okay, because I thought you said Hot Pockets.
Oh, I love Hot Pockets. I can't.
And Funyuns, right?
Ooh, Funyuns.
Okay, so these kids in your school, they're in the bathroom, they're smoking out, they're passing their blunts, their doobies.
I've seen it happen like on multiple scenarios.
Well, they're messing up their education, and they are probably messing up their undeveloped mind. So I don't approve of this. This is not what I'm talking about. Okay, what I'm talking about is some kids who may have difficulty in their lives, whether it's a chemical imbalance or whatever, rather than put that child on Ritalin. What about THC in a medical measured form, not blazing out in the high school bathroom, smoking in the boys' room? That's a song. You probably know. Yeah, smoking in the boys' room. We'll check it out. Maybe we'll cue that up for you next time. That's how we're talking about. If your child, or if you're a teenager and you want to respond, or you're a grown-up parent with a kid, if your kid functioned better by consuming some CBD oil or THC, actual THC, or medical marijuana, and the doctor had given his consent and approval and prescription, and you as a parent think he does function or she functions better, rather than going the other pharmaceutical route of Ritalin or any other number of mood, let's call them mood altering medication, that maybe there's a more homeopathic, natural ingredient in CBD oil or THC or marijuana, pot, weed, smoke, blunt. There's lots of names for this. Go ahead, if you want to comment, please comment. Tell us how many different names you can think of for marijuana. Ganja, filled with ganja. You know you want it, you need it. Sensimilla, well, it's sticky, seedless.
Leaf.
Smoke with me.
Hail the leaf.
Give me that skunk, that weed, that drone, that sticky stuff. We're going to try and... Can you piggyback a YouTube video? Or maybe we'll include a link.
Yes, you can.
We are going to include a link for 420 for the weed anthem. Michael Rage. Oh my God, I almost forgot about it. It's 420. How can I forget about Smoke With Me, a weed anthem? It's on the Token White Boy CD. I'll try and make those available to you. We are going to clip that on. We're going to play that today. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. So, what are your thoughts, Griff? Now, I'm not allowing you to smoke marijuana on a regular basis. I don't think you need that. However, I would say that if our doctor, who I trust tremendously, diagnosed that he thought you could function better, whether it was anger issues or depression or whatever, if he thought that you would function better with the use of CBD oils, even at age 15, I would be on board with that because of the doctor's opinion, not yours. Not, hey, I want to be Jim Brewer and have some Funyuns, man. Not that. I'm not down with that. And I'm also not down with it during school hours. What I'm talking about is if it came a choice for me to put you on something like Ritalin or take a more natural approach in CBD oil or marijuana, I would prefer that to the pharmaceutical.
Even I would, literally, fuck that bullshit. Like, they put, some doctors put people on this bullshit, fucking orange, cocaine glow, shimmy shammy bullshit, right? And then it fucks them up. For the rest of their lives, they're hooked, they overdose, whatever, man. Fuck medication.
Wow, you took it serious. I was going to say that every time Griffin dropped an F-bomb, that he should give us 10 push-ups because he has a tendency to drop those. So let's keep the F-bombs to a minimum. I appreciate your passion, son, though. Yeah. No, you brought it up in a very serious way. I saw some anger in you. I saw some energy in you about that. And,
I really dislike that.
Without getting too personal, I know that you have some friends who have emotional issues. So I don't know if you want to comment about that or not, but I know that it is a topic that as a teenager you're concerned with. And you see it.
That's something that I actually give a shit about. I usually don't care about stuff like this, but it's something that holds deep in my life right now, and I think is a very necessary topic to be addressed.
All right. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to get all down and dirty and depressed. It's also Easter weekend and
I
Passover.
don't consider it that.
What's Passover for Jewish people? It's Easter weekend. And I think to many, many Americans that this is a peaceful time and a happy time. So let them have their happiness and let them have their peace. It's lots of people thinking 420 is a holiday and makes them real happy. Stop! Stop, dude. Okay, just stop. But at least, see, I'd rather have you like this than teenagers, depression, suicide, school shootings. Oh my God. You know, but it's real.
Suicide tendencies.
It's real, and I it's tough being a teenager, and I recognize that. It was tough when I was a teenager X amount of years ago. Lots of X's amount of years ago. But I still keep the teenager inside of me. You know, always keep a song in your heart, and you got to think young. Stay young, think young. You become your thoughts. All of your thoughts create reality, so think twice on how you just want it to be. These are all some previews. We'll fill you in. Just spread the news. Share our links, please. Share our links. We're father and son podcast. We're more of an oddcast. Hey, you were supposed to say that.
I was. I forgot.
Yeah, we're kind of an oddcast.
We're an oddcast.
But if you want to cast us in a movie, we're both available. So I have done some indie film work. If some of you have seen Illusionism, I played Detective Webb in that film. As you know, I did stand-up comedy for 15 years. My son is an entertainer in a heavy metal band. We want you to follow us. Click on some links. I think we're going to get out of here now. Peace. Happy 420.